One of the most common challenges that people have when they're working towards their goals is they're so stuck in where they are that it's hard for them to give themselves permission to become. And the perfect analogy for this is the process that a caterpillar goes through to become a butterfly. Now, if you're anything like me, I was always mesmerized by butterflies. I thought they were beautiful and majestic, and they would capture your attention. Now, funny thing is, none of us would say anything close to that in thinking about a caterpillar. None of us would say they're majestic, they're beautiful, they're breathtaking. But the caterpillar is just a stage that the butterfly goes through in order to become. And I find sometimes we experience caterpillar stages in our lives, whether it's finances or career or starting your own business or figuring out what you want to do or relationships. It doesn't matter. And we get discouraged because we see what we want to be, but we see where we are and we don't know how we're going to bridge the gap. So I just want to leave you with kind of 3 points to keep in mind. When the caterpillar is in the caterpillar stage, it already has the purpose and the destiny to become the butterfly. Right? So even if you're in a stage where you don't see how it's all going to add up, you don't see the end result, you don't know how you're going to get from here to there, know that you already have the destiny and the purpose and all of that implanted in you. You just got to be willing to go through the process. So the potential is already there. The second thing that I want you to keep in mind is that when the caterpillar is in the caterpillar stage, it has one job and one job only, and that is to eat. See, a caterpillar can eat up to 10 times its weight, but it has to have enough energy to go through the metamorphosis process. And I find a lot of people, they starve their vision, right? They have a vision, they know what they want to do, but they're not feeding it. So if you're in a caterpillar stage, finances, marriage, career, whatever it is, you should be eating, right? You should be consuming. You should be taking in information. For example, if I want to become financially free, I better be reading books on how to set a budget. I should be reading books on how to manage my money. I should be looking at books on how to create a savings account or an emergency fund. I should be consuming information, right? You should be taking information in at whatever stage that you feel like, hey, right now I'm at the caterpillar. I know where I want to be, but I've got to go through that process. If you do not feed your vision, it will starve. Right? So number 2, make sure you are feeding your vision and that you are consuming. Now, number 3, you got to make sure you're consuming the right stuff. Because if you are trying to work on your marriage, for example, you probably should not be around people that are unhappy, that aren't going anywhere, that aren't going to be speaking life into you. You should probably be around people that are happily married, that they've set boundaries, that they can encourage you. So make sure you're not only eating, but you're eating the right stuff. So let's just do a brief recap. Remember, you already have the potential and the purpose and the destiny is already inside you. You have to have the faith and the courage and the discipline to go throughout that process. Don't lose sight. It is already in you. Number 2, make sure that you feed your vision. If you do not feed your vision, it will starve and it will die. Many people have the vision. They know what they want. They know what they want to become, but they're not eating. So they don't have enough energy to actually go through the process. And number 3, make sure you're eating the right stuff. Make sure that you are consuming the information, and not just consuming, but you're turning that information into action.